We're talking about the ongoing conflict with Israel and Hamas, and also the way it is being reflected back here at home, or being discussed and debated on campuses. Alan Dershowitz, professor emeritus from Harvard, constitutional law scholar, etc., he is saying that he wants donors to stop donating to Harvard. Listen to this one. Play through.
These kids who signed these statements while people were still bleeding to death from the rapes and the murders, these are Hitler's youth. These are the same as the people who conducted Kristallnacht 85 years ago next week. These are the same people who fought for the Ayatollahs to come to power. Students have been responsible for some of the worst bloodbaths and abuses in history. Stalin relied on children. Hitler relied on college students. There's no excuse. These are Hitler's youth. They're on the wrong side of Hitler. And the president of Harvard refuses to condemn them. She's now finally, after a lot of pressure, being willing to condemn Hamas, but she's not willing to condemn Hitler's youth among her students and among her faculty. And until she does that, I urge everybody to stop contributing to Harvard, to Yale, to the City University of New York, to the University of Pennsylvania. Send your contributions to decent organizations that know the difference between right and wrong.
Can I just say, while I agree with the sentiments of Professor Dershowitz here, Clay, campuses like Harvard, they've been totalitarian hotbeds of immorality and insanity for a long time. It didn't just start on this issue. I think there's just greater clarity on this issue than people maybe have seen before. But, you know, you go back to the BLM riots and the BLM marches, and the stuff that was being said on campuses was insane.
Yeah, let me give also, though, you're 100% right on that. Alan Dershowitz, we need to get him on the show again, is one of the rare people out there that's willing to stand on principle, even if it means that a lot of the people that he's been friends with for much of his life, according to him, basically exclude him from social activity now, because he's been willing to speak out and I think stand on principle in the Trump era, even though I think traditionally he would describe himself as a left-leaning sympathizer. But the left has so lost its mind that Alan Dershowitz has continued to advocate for free speech principles and for basic justice in America, even if sometimes that means that he's going to be alienating his base. And I agree in general with if you're fortunate enough to have money to donate, I think more than ever you should be selective in where you give that money to causes that actually advocate for what you believe.